Now talk about team build. You need to go Team Explorer and right click the builds under your team project to create a new build definition. We'll call this calc build. In the trigger, you choose here how you want your build to work, either manually or by continuous integration, means with every check-in, or you can make it as a gated check-in, which means only the build successfully changes will trigger the build definition. And we can make a schedule by day and the time I want. Now to workspace, I just move the other projects. I will need to work on the calc app. Now go to the build defaults. I can see that the build definition is able to notice the build controller. I will put here the job folder where the build will go to. And now with the process, we here choose the default template. There's another template for lab management. Also here we tell it what item to build. So we need to build the calc solution. Also you can find automated test cases if you have unit testing or coded UI testing. It will run by default with the build, but I recommend if you have a coded UI test, it's better to make a build for it with the lab management. In the advanced, there are some cool extra features if you want it with the build. You have analyze test impact. You can have create work item on the failure. Also you have the MS build arguments if you need to pass some arguments to the build script itself. And now we'll go to the retention policy. Here you just define, do you want to keep the latest or keep last 10 or last 5 according to each state, if it's success or partially success or failed and so on. So now I'm gonna save the build. Okay, and let's queue a new build and see it working. In the queue new build, you may change some stuff if you like. If not, just click on queue. I'll double click on it, and now the build is in progress. Here you can see the log of the build, and looks everything's fine and build was succeeding. If you notice the upper right, you can assign a quality. Means you want to know if this build was good, if it's good for release, good for presentation, if it has passed lab test or initial test, because you want always remember which build did pass the lab management test or which build is good for UAT. So this is a nice feature to make a label for the build, and you can search for the builds with this label. In the complete section, I can filter on the initial test passed. I have none. In UAT, I have the one we did now. If you go to the job folder, you can find the build definition with the date and version of each build, just as we configured in the build definition itself.